So today I wanted to tell you how I got infected with something. So the first time I had a urinary infection, and I was in Greece doing a foreign practice. So the man I was seeing was informed about it, and in a flat, I was asked by Barbie if we had anything because she got something. So yeah, I told her that I did, and I was just in my head going through the toilet practices and wondering if she sat on the toilet, because it wasn't the toilet at the same toilet that we have at home. And on that thought process, Dory asked her my question. Right. So that was the very first time it happened. And when it happened, they also wanted to know if that was because of sex, or what was it? Where did they get this urinary infection? Because it's based on going to pee every 10 minutes or every half an hour. So I didn't admit that it was from sex. But during that foreign practice, I went with Roxy to the city, and we were hitchhiking, and the owner of 2 hotels picked us up, and I gossiped about him with a man I saw on a date, so to say. Just we had one meeting, but he told me that he would just betray his wife and he would sit and smile. Maybe a gossip, but this was what I was thinking in a car when sitting on Roxana's knees. And then the man just, I felt it in my body. I had to go to the toilet all of a sudden, which with covered hypnosis is obviously possible to send somebody, to control somebody's physiology. So I felt ashamed because I had a feeling that Roxana feels that I really need to go to the bathroom. And also that night, Roxana gave me her wallet, and it was a very big thing, So that night I met a man whom later I met in Poland, and when I met him, that night Roxana wanted to stay at the party, and I asked her if she wanted her wallet, and she was like, no. And it was the very first time that we were splitting, coming back home at various hours. And the next day, I was told that she didn't have transport to get back home, but she used her former boyfriend to give her a lift with their girlfriend. So I think if I had a fling with that man that night, then I guess probably I would lose the wallet. I think this was designed that way. But I didn't meet him that night. I met him sometime later in Poland. And trust me, when going there, I had so much fear in my stomach that I should have resigned and quit a million times on the way. So, and I had a lot of weird symptoms, like shivering, like smelly urine, like some pain in the area of liver or kidney. What else did I have? And I had weird goosebumps. So I really had a feeling and a belief that I infected a lot of people in my family, if not the entire family. So when I finally visited a venerologist, I was told that he didn't know what that was, and when saying that, he did something like that. So, well, when reflecting on that, there exists some possibility that he basically lied, because I saw the very same venerologist, or somebody very similar to this man, at my nephew's birthday. Well, okay, someone close to me had the owner of a hospital in their family, right? So maybe it's not such a big deal, but if you see the very same venerologist who doesn't know how to diagnose you, and yet he prescribes you pills to put inside your private parts, that for me indicates fungus. But I do still have one more theory. So later I did some blood tests, and luckily I turned out to be clean. When I told my sister, I did that with, after years. So the very first time I told my sister, I chose the wrong sister, and my sister just, told me not to worry about it. Obviously, I didn't tell her it was about sexual intercourse. I told her it was about kissing, and she just told me to not to worry, not to exaggerate, and then that was the wrong sister. Now I know for sure. Who actually works with people, and she should be, I don't know. She could have reacted in a different way, and obviously I could have told her the entire truth right away to everyone. So after years, when I told my other sister, she told me her husband did a lot of checkups because of the work he performs, and they are for sure clean. But there was a time when I was infected that everybody around me was exhibiting some signs, like having some problems, urinary problems, or with some inflammation. I mean, it's all described in details in the book. Yeah. Okay. What else do I want to tell you? Yeah, I think the worst was said about the infection, and I'm coming soon with yet another video. Yeah, take care.